Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about how to set up your mage for farming efficiency. Even though the mage in itself is the best class to farm with, there are still key things that you can do to make your farming much more efficient, and we are going to go through all of that today. First, what stats do we focus on? We have three important stats for farming: stamina, intellect, and spell power. As for stamina, it is very helpful for doing large pulls and body pulling as much as you can. That extra tankiness provided by stamina make us very safe when pulling big. But the most important stat is surely going to be intellect. After gathering the big pool and getting away from the mobs, all our need to take them down comes down to mana. So intellect is a crucial stat for our setup. Yet spell power is also important to make the pool die quickly and to make our blizzard ticks bigger. The only thing is, in some scenarios, spell damage can actually be useless for most of the fight. That happens when we do a pool larger than 12 mobs. After 12 mobs, the AoE damage cap activates and spell damage won't add any extra damage to the pool. So in spots where you kill a huge amount of mobs, anything above 12, all of that extra spell damage is useless, and we tend to prefer intellect instead, as it keeps us casting more blizzards and other utility spells. However, spell damage isn't totally useless. Even in those situations, as mob die during the pull, they can drop below 12, making our spell damage useful once more. On the flip side, for spots where we kill more valuable mobs without exceeding the cap of 12, spell power becomes very important, especially in dungeon farming where there are fewer mobs, but all of them are more valuable. We are in a crazy need for that spell power, so we can take them down before the slow immunity kicks in. So it is very situational when spell power is our top priority and when intellect is. Now, the big news starting mainly from phase 3 and forward in Spell Haste. Spell Haste will make our blizzard tick faster and finish shorter in duration overall. This is the only stat that is going to give us more damage against the AoE cap. This pairs so well with intellect because with faster blizzards we will need to cast even more of them in a shorter amount of time. Now for gearing, it is actually very simple. Even for players who are using their mage purely for gold farming or aren't interested in raiding at all, you can still gear yourself properly and easily. First of all, if you are still leveling, try to get honored with all of the outland reputations so you can get your hands on the blue PvP set. It is a solid start because it provides you with enough stamina and intellect to get going. As for the rest of your slots, any of the sorcerer affixes green gear is good enough to farm most spots. Also, I really like the PvP gear for the resilience and high stamina it provides. It makes you tanky enough that you're much harder to get critical strikes and you take less dot damage overall. That extra tankiness lets you execute really large pulls without any problem. On top of that, PvP gear for gold farming is also the best because you can't do it alone without needing other people to group up with to get the gear, except for arena, but it's easy to find people just for the cap. It is kinda purely a solo experience, so you can easily do that in your off time whenever you are not raiding. I'm not going to talk about the tier 2 or mind quickening gem because, to be honest, either you already have them or you don't. Blackwing layer runs are very hard to find right now. So for the trinkets, just get whatever, it's not that important. If you want to get your gear to the next level, my favorite way is PvP. Just do your weekly 10 arena games in 5v5 or arena points to build your set. With phase 3 coming soon, you will be able to get your hands on the season 3 set, which is great, but I would also argue that season 2 can be better as it provides more intellect overall and will be faster to get. You will be able to buy all of the season 2 set in 2 to 3 weeks in phase 3 because it will have a big discount. You will lose some spell power compared to season 3 but have more intellect. I'd say it's kinda similar farming wise, but you will get it faster. So of course in any other aspect of the game, season 3 set is way better than season 2 set. After that, you can get all of the offset item rather quickly with a bit of battleground farming for honor. Note that you can get a necklace, ring and trinket with spell haste. They are the most important item to grab as all the other haste items are either found in raids or crafted. But let's be honest, actually getting your character ready to go, leveling up to a maxed out profession or grinding to get geared with the latest gear takes an unbelievable amount of hours. If you have a busy schedule, you just want to log in and play the fun part of the game, that is where today's sponsor, Skycoach, comes in. They are a massive trusted platform with pro-level support for over 130 titles. Whether you need them to level up your profession, farm honor and other in-game currencies, or secure you a spot in a top-tier raid or dungeon alongside pro players to get fully geared, they handle everything safely and privately. What I really love about them is their 24/7 instant support chat, and they even back everything with a full refund guarantee, so you have complete peace of mind and know you're always covered. Save yourself days of endless grinding. Click the link at the very top of the description below and use code MorpheusTV at checkout to get an extra 10% off your order. Now for professions, the most versatile profession you can have are enchanting and engineering. But you can have whatever you like depending on your style. Engineering will give you bombs, especially the first grenade that can act like an extra nova, which is very useful. You can open chests in dungeons, as all dungeons have some locked chests. Plus, the repair bot will save you sometimes to wander whatever you want to wander. For enchanting, it is a great tool to process your loot. Some items are better to be disenchanted, and also enchanting will make killing some bosses worth it, because you will be able to disenchant their loot. It can even open up new farming spots just for disenchanting. For talents, we have two options, Frostbite and Non-Frostbite. The Frostbite talent is very important to understand. What it does is, every time you slow with Frost, you have a 15% chance to freeze the target. Since your improved Blizzard talent adds a slow on your Blizzard, each Blizzard tick will have that 15% chance to snare. If you are in the open world freezing some mobs, it will break your pool, as the mobs won't stay stacked together, and they won't die at the same time. It is a bit annoying and can make some packs harder for nothing. But for dungeon farming, while doing very huge packs like in Skullomance, where you are going to pop cooldowns, icy veins, elemental, being focused on snaring the mobs is better since they will become slow immune, so shifting your focus on freezing is the way to go. Those random snares, your elemental nova and your own nova will carry you beyond the slow immunity. And don't forget the frost bombs. Everything else in the talent tree you can do whatever. Here is how I like to put mine. Here is the Frostbite one. And here is the non-frostbite one. Also, the Frostbite talent is perfect for duo mage farming. If you're new and you want to start farming and to get a grip on how to do it, I'd advise you on some easy spots to start with that you can also check the routes and details in my other videos. So first is Zul'Farrak, very worth and easy. Second, Skullomance. It is very worth but a little bit harder if you want to go for big pools. But you can do it little by little if you are new. For open world farming, go for the runes of Karabor or Bashir Landing. If you want to know more about pulling different kind of mobs, here is a video explaining everything. Thank you for watching and bye bye.